Hello. This is Ross Bertel, faithful reader on the forums, coming to you with another couple cards revealed today. But first, some old business. In yesterday's episode, Nathan Miracle commented that Gary 7 is genetically enhanced, and Khan likes genetically enhanced non-aligned. So, I imagine he'll have some fun in there. Also, Udar Smike helps to diminish the drawback by preventing him from leaving play once. So, that's another trick you can do to play a little riskier with him. But moving on to the cards for today, starting with the dilemma. This one just looks at the number of species. No random selection, not the cost, just the species. 4 or more, you scoop up 3 and they're stopped. Otherwise, it's just 1. So I don't quite know how many species you have in your decks. You have a better idea than I do. The affiliations generally have some pretty good intermingling in there. Most of the affiliations have some sort of human. And the good thing about the number 4 is it's a greater number than 3, 2, or 1. Probably most at risk are the Federation affiliations, and by that I mean your TNG and D Space Nine and Earth. Also, look at the Dominion. If you're playing that headquarters, it might be an issue. Otherwise, it probably shouldn't be too difficult to keep everyone under 3, or 3 or under. And remember, it's just with attempting the mission. So another variable to keep in mind, it's not who you have in play. But yeah, good thing to combat D Space Nine. Alright, and then moving on to Dr. McCoy. You can slap a dilemma, a damage card on your ship, and he gives you an increase for 4 for a fight with your ship, and that is pretty good. Looking at the attributes on ships, on your specifically original series ships, they are pretty good. With the +4, he could stand up to most of the fleets that are out there. He'll have some problems with some of the bigger ships, although that may not be an issue depending on what battle permission slip you're using. If it also increases the weapons of your ship, then you go from a 10 to maybe a 12, which should be good for the most part. Again, it depends on what your opponent is running. I do not know what they're running. I do not know what kind of fights they're planning for or not. But it does help very much, making sure that the already strong TOS battle deck has a little more oomph in the fight. Also, his skills do include medical and engineer. And then, of course, the big question is, what dilemma do you put on your ship? Well, you can take a look at them. I recommend something that doesn't reduce your attributes. Depending on whether or not you're attempting a mission, you could look into something that doesn't require you to do the discards. Might be an option. For my money, that 847 species 8472 dilemma is golden opportunity. Once you take it off your ship, you put it in your core. You can do that up to 3 times. And there's almost no adverse consequences unless your opponent is playing species 8472 as well. But, yeah, there are quite a few options this opens up, including one for strategic play. Take a look at those damage dilemmas and see what they can do. There's a pretty good array to choose from, depending on what there is to suit your needs. Especially if you're not using that one ship to solve missions, and if you're going the non-aligned route in addition to TOS, as of it to your options. Alright, that is pretty much all that I have. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.